Hello everyone, this is John here, and today we're going to play some more Kerbal Space Program .22 Career Mode down at the lovely ship Corporation in Neo Africa. So we've done a lot of research in the last couple episodes. We've researched basic rocketry, general rocketry, stability, survivability, science, technology, and finally and most recently flight control, which gives us a little more options. We've got access to more advanced winglets, the Staputnik, inline reaction wheels for more torque, and a more advanced cockpit for space planes. Wonderful. So we've been saying on the past few episodes, everyone wants me to go to the moon, and we're going to do that, but we're not going to the one you think. We're going to Minimus with the Shipmas Lander Mach 1. So the reason we're going to go to Minimus with my crazy-ass rocket right here, the reason we're going to go is because it has much less gravity, so it's going to be a lot easier to kill our lateral velocity and land. So yeah, we're going to go to Minimus, and we're going to get way more science anyway than if we were going to go to the moon. So without further ado, here we go. So our throttle is up, SAS is on, Jebediah is ready to go. And we have liftoff in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're airborne. Alright. And I do have an inline reaction wheel and some winglets just to help us stabilize, or else this rocket would just go completely insane, I'm sure. I'm trying hard to keep my reading at center. We're going to ditch those solid rocket boosters. Alright, so now we seem to be flying pretty straight and true. So now we're going to wait till we get up to about 10,000 meters before we unleash the full power of the beast. So these big boosters right here, I'm just kind of dubbing them escape boosters, just to kind of escape the lower atmosphere of Kerbin. And then use these little boosters right here. We're just gonna kind of once we get to escape the atmosphere, we're going to kind of just kind of coast until we get to orbit, and then once we get to about around 100,000 meters, we're going to use these little boosters right here to circularize, and then use the main engine in the center to finish our circularization, get to Minimus, deorbit, and then cancel our lateral velocity, decouple, and then use our lander to get down below 10 meters per second, which will allow us to land. Now I don't have any lights, so we're gonna have to try our best to get on the light side of Minimus. So we're above 10,000 meters, so we're gonna throttle up all the way, and you'll see here my meters per second is gonna rise dramatically, and that's because we've escaped the stratosphere or the troposphere. It's gonna go a little bit out of whack, so we are gonna throttle down a little bit. This is not looking good. I do not like this one bit. We're gonna try to regain control of our ship. All right. So yeah, I think we are gonna keep the throttle down. Jesus. I really do not. I hate it when my ships spin. Even if they are pointing straight up. I really do not like it. Normally I would do a gravity turn, but I wanted to see how, try to escape the atmosphere. So now we're just gonna coast until we get into orbit. Our apoapsis is at about 38,000 meters. So as soon as we get into orbit, we're going to have to immediately start burning. So we're in orbit now, so now we're going to use our boosters to circularize. And we just want to get our apoapsis. Whoa, what is going on? What? So it looks like we've just, I'm not really sure what just happened there. I think we might have changed directions from east to west. That's probably what happened. But we got plenty of fuel, so that shouldn't be much of a problem. So we're going to wait until our apoapsis gets to about 70,000 meters. We're going to press X to kill the thrust. All right, so now in about 53 seconds, we're going to try to line up with Minimus, see if we can get a launch window just before our apoapsis. Always ideal. We're probably going to be there in about 20 seconds. And it doesn't look like we're going to get it. Oh, we had it? All right, there we go. So we got 29 seconds until we reach our launch window. All right, so this is looking pretty good so far. We are going to have a very short window, but it is nonetheless a window of opportunity. So we're going to wait about 5 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Throttle up. And these thrusters are only going to take care of a little bit of our thrust, because this may seem like a lot, but keep in mind that we still do have to circularize. We're still in a very, very low orbit. So there we've gotten rid of. We got to get rid of those boosters and finish our circularization with our main rocket. So it looks like we're doing pretty well. We're going to have to burn for about 2 minutes, but this will get us all the way to Minimus. And so once we actually get there, whatever fuel we have left over here, really all we need that for is to burn for maybe like 2-3 seconds to deorbit, and then another 2-3 seconds to kill as much lateral velocity as we can. So I mean, honestly, if we only have maybe about 10% fuel, that'll be plenty. We probably won't even use that much. So this rocket is designed to use up the majority of its fuel tanks on this particular maneuver here to just actually get into an encounter with Minimus. So right now we're going to go ahead and do as much science as we can. It doesn't look like we're going to get much out of this. All right, that's something. We're really not going to, I'm not expecting anything major, but just kind of scrape together whatever we can. All right, so it looks like we have reached a sustainable orbit, and now we're going to we're getting pretty close to reaching our encounter with Minimus. We have used up a great deal of our fuel, but we only have to burn for another 20 seconds, so we should be just fine. But we are definitely going to cut it pretty close on fuel for sure. So right now we're going to go ahead and throttle down. Well, we'll wait a little bit longer. All right, so we're going to throttle down. And it looks like our maneuver is going to be a little bit off. Oh, Jesus. What just happened there? My God, that is quite the what the fuck? All right, so we're just gonna set up another maneuver and see if we can. Geez, that is a pretty small encounter. All right, but it's definitely something. We only have to burn for about 2 seconds. Oh, God, we're gonna have to make this really count, guys. All right, so we're in position. So now we're literally just gonna tap the shift key, and I've got my fingers already on the X button. Gotta be very, very careful. Okay. Oh. Oh, did we lose it? I think we lost it. Oh, no. We lost it. So I think all we have to do is we have to burn prograde or retrograde. All right, so we have our we have to burn 0.3 meters per second. Jeez, that is absolutely insane. I'm starting to think that we might as well just well, we know we have to burn retrograde, so just gonna make a tiny controlled burn. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. All right, so we're gonna go back to prograde. Oh, I think it's going back and forth now. What should we do? I think we should burn a little bit prograde, because the game is just getting all fucked up right now. I think we've broken the game. Well, this is it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We're gonna... Oh, you've got to be shitting me. This is absolutely ridiculous. How much fuel do we have left? Jesus. Okay. All right, I'm literally going to tap the... this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tap the shift key and then immediately just slam down the X key. No fucking way that worked. Okay. We're going to throttle up. This is unbelievable. If this mission turns out being a success and we don't, like, somehow get Jebediah just killed, I will be absolutely amazed. Look at that window we have. What is that, like 5 minutes? The shit. Is that even a window? Holy shit. I think we literally have 10 minutes for that encounter. All right. My God, look at that. We have 20 minutes on that, ladies and gentlemen. That has got to be a record of just the shittiest encounter there ever was. Boom. All right. So now, where'd Minimus go? Minimus is right here. And it's not... Oh, I hate it when it does this. Okay. So in 6 minutes, we're going to burn retrograde. Oh, we're going to burn retrograde. What is going on? We want to burn... What? What? No, we don't want to encounter the moon. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're just gonna say fuck it and go straight down. We're gonna have to burn for 50 seconds. I can't do that. What are you doing, game? Stop it. Okay, whatever. So what I've learned about launch windows is that you want to start your burn as soon as possible, ASAP. So we're just gonna say fuck it to this maneuver, and we're just gonna burn retrograde right now. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Our orbit is just... There we go. So I think we're orbiting Minimus. Yes, we are. Oh, and we are just about out of fuel. There we go. Yes. Yes. Low gravity FTW. Okay. I hate using that phrase, but this was definitely a very worthy moment. I can attest to that. Okay, so let's get down below 100,000 meters. And it looks like we are unfortunately going to be landing on the dark side. Oh, where are we at now? We're at 351,000 meters. So let's coast a bit more, shall we? Oh, Jesus. We are right above the surface. We're going to get a crew report real quick and submit that. Do some quick science. All right, so there it goes. So we've got down to about 79 meters per second. So it's going to be a bit tricky here. All right, so we're going to throttle down first before we. So you see I'm completely throttled down, and we are killing our velocity like no other right now because of this incredibly low gravity compared to the moon. I'm going to have to look that up. But I'm willing to bet it's about a fourth of the gravity, maybe a third on the moon. So we're going to speed up a little bit. All right, so we have almost completely killed our lateral velocity. And let's see how high we are up. Okay, so we're at about 11,000 meters. We're going to kill our lateral velocity. Or, sorry, our vertical velocity. Okay. And we're just kind of wait. We've got plenty of fuel. I'm not even worried about getting back home. Plenty of fuel for that. What I am worried about is about landing. Because the funny thing is, because this is such low gravity, it is actually possible to land our ship and then have it just kind of do some cartwheels across the surface. It has happened to me before, in like the once other time that I've ever landed here. So we're falling very slowly, but we can't really see the ground, so it's kind of hard to tell how high up we are. It's really the only reference we have, is that we're at about 9,000 meters. I don't want to speed up too quickly. We'll get below 5,000 meters. How's that? We'll make a little compromise. Okay. So I'm not even sure if we'd have to be traveling less than 10 meters per second, since we aren't on the moon and we're on the Minimus. Since there's much lower gravity, we probably only have to be, below 20 or 30 meters per second. But I am going to keep it in that 10 meters per second window, just because we have the fuel. We've killed our lateral velocity. We're doing great on a landing, and we can afford to. We can definitely afford to do that. So I can barely even see how high off the ground we are, but the altimeter says we're about 3,500 meters. So I'm just gonna have to trust it. So now we're actually on the surface. We have a little bit of lateral velocity. We're gonna kill that. I'm not worried about crashing at this point. At this point, I'm worried about cartwheeling across the surface. All right. So this is going to be a very steady descent. Normally, I probably would be able to do this a lot quicker. Oh, oh, oh. Man, we came in hard there, didn't we? Oh, are we going to do some cartwheels? We're going to do some cartwheels? We're going to do some cartwheels. Hey, so we've landed on Minimus. On our side, of course. That's okay. I have a little trick for fixing that. So not a big deal. We're going to observe our materials bay. We get 125 science. We are keeping that. There's no fucking way we are sending that data out. It is really hard to see even for me. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to retract our landing gear. Can we? Okay, so we're going to retract our landing gear. Okay. Pop ourselves back up. Oh, did it work? It worked. Oh, yeah. Papa Dragon has arrived. Yeah, we did it. Okay. So we did that. We did that. We did. Got to get that crew report. Now, Jebediah, it's time for your... Oh. Okay, there we go. Hey, he landed. Shit. How do I turn his flashlight on? No, no, no. Hey, there we go. It's L. Wonderful. So here we are. We're on the on Minimus. I can jump. Damn, I can jump high. Okay. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Sticky keys go away. Okay. Gonna get our EVA report. We're gonna keep that. Then we're gonna get a surface sample. The surface seems to consist of tiny crystal-like grains. Very pretty, probably not edible. That was Jebediah speaking. He momentarily possessed me. And there we have our lovely tree. And here we have Shipmas Ground Zero. It sounds kind of like something you'd name like a Christmas party. It does a little bit. Come on, come on. Yay, there we go. Trees. We have just planted our first tree on the moon. All right. Well, let's have some fun, shall we? Whoa. Oh shit. Let's not get ourselves killed, shall we? My God, that was quite a jump, Jebediah. That's one giant leap for Jebediah, one even giant leaper for Kerbal kind. So I'm kind of afraid. I'm not even gonna jump. I'm just gonna thrust up, because yeah. So yeah, there's dramatically less gravity here on Minimus. Okay, well it looks like we're ready to head home. So we're just gonna throttle up, and we're just gonna pretty much stay prograde. As long as we stay prograde, that should take us home. So we're gonna bring up our landing gear there. Ho ho! What's going on? What's going on here, guys? You okay? Case of the Mondays? All right, our landing gear does not want to retract. I'm assuming it got broken or something. Yeah, it doesn't want to retract. That's cool. That's cool, guys. All right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep burning prograde very, very slowly. And then eventually we're going to wait till it gets to about 70,000 meters. And then just to be safe, to ensure our safe return to the Kerbal homeworld, we're going to plop a maneuver in about 2 minutes. So, jeez, I don't even know where anything is. All right, there we go. Oh, shit. All right. We want to use up as little fuel as possible. So there we go. We have to burn for only 6 seconds. So this is what I'm talking about. When you get this far out in space, you burn hardly any fuel at all. So we're just going to go ahead and burn And that when that says 6 seconds, it means if you're throttled up all the way. So we're really going to throttle up to the first niche. So we're getting pretty close. We don't want to orbit the sun. All right, there we go. So we've got our orbit around Kerbin. Wonderful. Now, I did think about slingshotting around the moon, but in order to do that, we would have had to do that on the way to Minmus, because now we have all of our experiments taken up. We can't really do anything. I mean, I suppose we could get an EVA report, but that's about it. We could land on the moon, but like I said, it'd be almost impossible to cancel our lateral velocity with those LTV 909s. So what we're just going to do now is we're going to wait till we get to our apoapsis. And we're just going to go, oh, see. The hell with it. Let's do it. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that crew report, or let's get that EVA report. Why not? It'll be like an extra 20-30 science. And we can keep as many crew reports as we want as long as they're from different biomes. So we can't just be passing by the moon. We actually do have to be oh shit. We actually do have to be technically orbiting it, but we're not really going to be orbiting it because we're just going to encounter it, and then momentarily, we'll have a short periapsis, which is our fastest point in the orbit, and then we'll be traveling so fast that we won't be able to. Its gravity will not be able to catch us around. So then we're just going to escape it, and then we'll continue rocketing. Basically, just a quick science lesson here for those of you that don't know. In an orbit, you're not really actually technically orbiting. You're just falling through space really quickly along with the moon, the sun, the earth, everything else that's falling through space at the same time. At least that's the theory. And your periapsis is the fastest point in your orbit, and the apoapsis is your slowest point in the orbit. So once you reach those, that's kind of your peak, and then the gravity of whatever celestial body you're traveling around will then pull you back in. And so from your apoapsis to your periapsis, you will rapidly accelerate, and then from your periapsis to your apoapsis, you will gradually decelerate. So that can be very useful for planning maneuvers. I like to plan my maneuvers so that I'm always doing controlled burns from one celestial body to another, either on the apoapsis or the periapsis. Just because, usually in the apoapsis, just because I'm traveling very slow, I've got lots of time, and then once I get closer to the planet, it'll be more my periapsis, so I'll travel a lot faster and I can get there quicker. So the reason why we're not going to be able to orbit the moon is we're going to encounter it. We'll have our periapsis, which means we're traveling really quickly. That's our fastest point in the orbit, but its gravitational pull is not as great as Kerbin's. So once we get to past the periapsis, it doesn't have enough gravitational pull to pull us back around to the apoapsis, and we will escape its gravitational pull and then enter that of Kerbin's, and then we'll have our new trajectory planned out for us, and then we'll just burn a little bit prograde, and we'll be going home. And we got to be really careful with our re-entry, just to make sure that those goo containment units don't get blasted off. So we're going to try to land on solid ground because we do have those landers, so then we can also take a surface sample of that and get a little bit of extra science. All right, so hope you all enjoyed that quick little science lesson. I don't have like any kind of science degree or anything. I just I'm a very proactive. I'm very proactive, and I approve of Wikipedia. I love Wikipedia. It's my best friend. So let's see. Our trajectory did change a little bit. See if we can still encounter the moon. Huzzah! There we have it. And then we'll still escape and enter the Kerbin. Okay, so we will have to burn for about 10 seconds. So let's get to it. All right. So we're getting down pretty close to our launch window. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. So again, we're going to have to be very careful. We have a ton of fuel. So again, not really too worried about that. Want to be really careful so that we do get that encounter. Get a little bit of extra science. Okay. So now we did increase our apoapsis a little bit, but that's fine because we're going to burn prograde anyway. So we got our moon encounter. Our periapsis at about 1.7 million, 1.7 million meters. So I'm not really sure how much science we're going to get, but we will technically be orbiting the moon. So we're going to see what we actually get out of that. All right, there we go. So we have our orbit around the moon. So there it is. There it is. So we're going to do a quick EVA. So we get 24 science of our observations in space high over the moon. So wonderful. So that's awesome. We got plenty. We got a good amount of science. I'm very pleased with that. All right. So now we're back in orbit. We're gonna speed ahead back to our apoapsis. All right. And then we're just going to go a little bit prograde. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to burn prograde to get rid of that periapsis and go home. I just like to do this to be safe, just so I can see, that this is definitely going to work, and I can see exactly how many meters per second I'm going to have to burn for how long. So it's only just to help. So obviously, I'm going to have to burn retrograde. Well, I guess it's not that obvious if you've never played the game before. But, maneuvers, from what I understand, are a fairly new thing for the game, and very, very useful, especially if you've ever used MechJeb. And I do apologize if I'm not as efficient, or if I kind of suck at doing all these lunar missions, because I was never much for lunar missions in this game. I've always been a big fan of space stations and satellites. And hopefully, with all the science we get from this mission, we'll be able to unlock lots of tech and send a satellite to the moon, send satellites to Duna, maybe Moho, maybe even the sun, and just kind of see what science we can get out of that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, because I'm sure I'm not nearly as good as doing this than most people. But I certainly try. This is only my second or third time. But believe me, I spent all day trying to design this rocket. This is really the only successful design I came up with, and it's kind of ironic because of just how fucking insane the design is, and it was inspired by Obi-Wan Kenobi's interplanetary connector kind of launch thing you see in the newer movies. And I always thought that was really cool. I never really dwelled on it too much when I saw it in the movies, but now that I think back to it, I just think, like, that was really badass. So we're gonna burn a little bit more retrograde just so we can get on land. Still got plenty of fuel. Alright, looks like we've made it to land. That looks like a pretty open region. We shouldn't have any problems landing. Okay. Jeez. Man, it just comes up so fast. The thing I really love, though, about Kerbin specifically, I'm not sure if it does this with other planets, because like I said, I've never been to them yet. But it does cut your warp once you re-enter the atmosphere, which is at about 36,000 meters, and we're nowhere near that. We're still very much in space, but we're getting close. It's limited our warp. All right, and now we're making our re-entry. And we've got plenty of fuel left, so we might as well just burn it up. The hell with it. Why not? I mean, we are traveling at incredibly high speeds. Jeez, I'm doing this like a boss. What if we could actually just land on... You know, let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, we will obviously deploy our chutes as a last resort. But I want to see if I can actually just land on Kerbin. That would be pretty ballsy. I'd be up for that. Challenge accepted. I will definitely... I'm not too proud though. I will deploy my chute and not fuck up this entire episode. Let's see. We're coming in hot. Oh. Oh. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it, guys. I think we're gonna do it. Oh. For a second there, I thought that it had all been for nothing. I was about to cry, guys. Oh my god. Holy shit. Can we get... Oh, we cannot do an EVA. Jesus fucking Christ. My... Oh... God. Oh my god. Oh, that scared me half to death. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Let's recover that vessel, see what we get for science. Holy shit. 529 science. So we got a crew report from Minimus surface samples from Minimus surface, EVA report, material study. Wow, we got 125 science just from that surface sample. And see, we got a 37 science just from a recovery vessel returned from the surface of Minimus. Minimus. Wow, that is incredible. Holy shit. All right. I'm going to definitely research electrics. And then we're going to get general construction. We're going to get advanced rocketry. Definitely going to get fuel systems. We for sure need that shit because we get our fuel, the external fuel duct cross feeds. So I'm just going to do that because those are like basics that we for sure see. So we have 259 science left. So what should we do next? I have no idea. Not really. Precision engineering doesn't really appeal to me. Advanced flight control, again, I don't really give a shit. Aerodynamics, not interested. Advanced construction, not really interested. Again, heavy rocketry, not entirely interested. I'm really interested in science technology, space exploration, landing. Again, I don't think a small landing leg designed for space probes or lightweight landers, basically made of toothpicks. Space grade toothpicks, mind you. You be careful with them anyway. So I guess that'd be useful if we wanted to do like a mission to Gilly. Or we could, always just lay the ship on its side, because Gilly has almost no gravitational gravity at all. So what I'm thinking, and you guys leave a comment, let me know what you guys want me to do next as far as research. But I'm thinking I definitely want to get advanced electrics for sure, and I definitely want to get advanced exploration, and I definitely want to get space exploration. I want to get these three right here, and it doesn't look like we'll have enough science to get all three. So I'm gonna let you guys be the judge of which ones you need, which ones you think I should get. So let me know what you guys want me to do next. And anyway, it's been a very, very, very fun episode for me. Nonetheless, very terrifying. Many, many frustrating hours recording this thing, at least half a dozen to a dozen times. But it worked this time. We did it, guys. We did it. We made it to the moon. Made it to Minimus and back. We got a ton of science. Anyway, I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!